Hello y'all, welcome again to your boy's channel, EsotericCloudSurfer here, ready to take another ride in another esoteric cloud. And what is a esoteric cloud? It's a lighter vehicle, a less dense vehicle, and also a vehicle that is riding on a higher frequency and vibration. So when our spirit goes into that vehicle, it can go to lighter realms and feel and experience and see lighter things or see lighter representations of itself. Okay, so that's what we do in this channel. We get some subjects more lighter into a higher perspective, so we don't need to fight ourselves or others down here. Okay, so this video today is Saturn is not hard, but it might seem to. All right, because in the astrology community, in the conscious subconscious community, and even in regular day life situations, we see that people look at Saturn energy and Saturn-like things and things derived from the Saturn energy with a very harsh look. Like those things are against them, or those things are really hard to do or accomplish, or those things will not pay out, whatever. Well, that is not entirely true, okay? But it might seem like Saturn is really hard, Saturn is really rough, and Saturn will not give you good things in life, okay? So I think for us to get lighter in this topic, we have to look at two major representations or two major lights, okay? One is that the sun is the closest star to us, okay? After the moon, all right? So we have the sun really close to us, okay? Shining all of its light into us, and it doesn't allow us during the daytime to see other lights, okay? And then we have Saturn, the most distant star that still holds some influence to us, because we have Neptune, Uranus, and Pluto. They still kind of a part of our system, but they are so far away that we cannot feel their energy and influence with great percentage level, okay? Only like 45-30%. Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. But Jupiter is the one that we can feel completely, that is the furthest away, all right? And because we receive so much interaction with the sun, that on itself make us look to Saturn in a harsh way, all right? Because sun is about fun, enjoyment, expression. Saturn is about routine, pattern, association, not just your individuality, not just your expressions. Associate that with others to create a network, okay? So we can say that the sun and Saturn are kind of opposites. They are on the opposite spectrum. And because we are so blindly by the sun, when we look at Saturn, it looks harsh, it looks distant, it looks cold. And it is distant, it is cold, but that's not bad, or that's not harsh in itself, okay? So one reason why many people look at Saturn like it's harsh or hard is because we have the sun shining too much of its own light into our planet or chakra, okay? So when we look at Saturn, we think, hey, that motherfucker is hard. Hey, that guy is cold. That guy doesn't care about party. That guy doesn't care about fun and expression. No, that's not true. It does. But the sun made people think that doing fun or doing expression and action in a fun, empowered, and individual creative way is in one way, shape, and form. Okay? But it's not. There is many ways to do that. Okay? But then it goes to sun worshipping. It goes to phallic relation worshipping. Okay? When you just think that you can only do that in one way. Okay? It's not true. Okay? So that's one reason why Saturn looks harsh, because the sun put everybody in this planet in a huge misunderstanding. Okay? Then Saturn is rough by itself, but not because he is against you, not because Saturn is harsh on you, okay? It's just how people live in this realm in comparison to Saturn-like energy, things are more more rough, okay? Because Saturn is about routine, pattern. Be loyal to yourself. Don't change your individuality. Don't change your external look just because things are not going externally as you wish to. Because it's about accountability, responsibility. Like you put yourself into a situation that it was a bad situation. You associated yourself with somebody that betrayed you. And what people on earth here do is they lie. They use the light to change how things look. They manipulate light. They change the external shape and form in order to feel better internally. Well, with Saturn that doesn't work. You can lie to your friends, you can lie to your co-workers, you can lie to your family, you can lie to your loved ones, but you can't lie to yourself. Okay? No, it doesn't matter how many shapes and forms you create and change to make things look like you still got it internally. Spiritually, everybody know you don't got it. Everybody know you're going through some turbulence, okay? And Saturn, that's because of Saturn. Because Saturn doesn't give a fuck about a light. If you have a lot of Saturn alignments, you can see through all of those lights, okay? You can see through all of those lies. That's why it seems harsh. That's why reality seems harder when you look it through Saturn's perspective, because all of the sugar coating, all of the pretty lights, you can see them, or if you do, you know that they ain't shit. They aren't the real lights. They aren't the real foundations of this reality, okay? That you can uphold yourself and others. So that's another reason why Saturn may look hard, because you don't care. When you look at life through a Saturnian perspective, you don't give a fuck about feelings, you don't give a fuck about lights, you don't give a fuck about light bending, light manipulation. No, we see the real lights, okay? But then, on the other hand, when you accept those real lights, when you see that that's the real path for you, and when you achieve it, there is no greater satisfaction. There is no greater sense of achievement, comfort, and security when you do your own reality through your own routine and pattern, through your own limits and boundaries, through your own abilities, okay? When you achieve that, there is no best feeling. I guarantee you that, okay? Because I have an Aquarius sun, I have a Libra rising, and I have Aquarius stellium and Neptune in Capricorn. So I have a lot of Saturnian energies. I know what I'm talking about, okay? I go through that every day in my life. I look at the world through a Saturnian perspective, okay? So trust me when I talk about Saturn, alright? So we have the sun misunderstanding us. We have anti-sugar coating perspective. So that's two reasons why Saturn might seem harsh, okay? The third reason why Saturn might seem harsh, it's because you must keep on your path. You can't go to distractions, you can't go into your lower desires, you can't go and have fun and enjoyment with things that are not beneficial to you. And it might feel like you're not enjoying life. It might feel you are forgetting your lower desires, but no, you are doing the best for you and for them. Because when you are really working in Saturnian like energy, you are working for your spirit and for the spirits inside of you. You are taking care of everybody inside of you. So it's extra responsibility. It might feel extra harsh, but as I said in the previous point, the outcome, the fruits will be bigger and tastier. Alright? So it's an extra sense of responsibility. Without going into the distractions, without going into some lower desires, right? Then that happens because Saturn is the wisest, wider planet in our system. Every other planet is inside of Saturn. So when you try to do Saturn, right, it might feel hard because you have to do, or you have to separate from every other desires first. You need to overstand them. And the thing is, you must experience them. You must do them. You must do your lower desires. You must do fun and enjoyment. But then you can't stay there. That's the harsh part about Saturn, is detaching from those good things, from those good desires, from those feel-good situations. You must detach from them in order to rise yourself into higher frequency and vibration, to expand yourself. So Saturn may also feel hard because you need to detach and separate from those good moments. But in the end, is the best for you, because you will create higher, better, more sufficient desires, okay? So that's another reason why Saturn may seem harsh, because you have to separate from the desires that you already know and that you already feel comfortable in, okay? Then Saturn might feel harsh if you don't trust yourself and if you don't trust your dreams and imaginations. So you think that you are doing all of this hard work, you are doing all of this discipline, you are doing all of this routine in pattern for nothing, because you can see the great lands over there. You can see the green, bountiful lands on the other side of the cliff, okay? So building the bridge to reach the other side doesn't seem worth it, but it is, because Saturn, as I said earlier, it's not about the lights in front of you. So you might not be able to see the goal right in front of you. That's why you need to separate from these lower desires in order to see the real desire, the real goal, okay? Because as we can see in this painting behind me, we enter, that's the word in, through the red, through the lower desires, and we go up, we expand. It's not about up, it's about expansion. It's about growing bigger and wiser and wider, right? And then we leave, there is the word out over there, we live in the pink. And the pink is just a lighter representation, just a lighter frequency of red. So the goal is not to detach from your desires, the goal is to find better, lighter desires, is to find a lighter red, a more sufficient red. And that's Saturn. Saturn is associated with the crown chakra, with the seventh chakra, with white, pink, gray, okay? Because if you are in the red and you don't see the pink because you have all of these colors in front of you, it might be hard for you to leave this or to do all the others, okay? Because doing Saturn energy is looking to your furthest, greatest goal. And while you are lost or suffering through the other colors, you still know that one day you will achieve that. One day you will graduate from your own school and you will have all the master degrees in yourself and the reality that you are experiencing right now. So that's why another reason why Saturn might seem harsh, okay? But it is not. Because in the end of the day, the gifts that you will receive will be like you while you were doing the work, you weren't even able to imagine those gifts. You wouldn't be able to imagine those golds and silvers and jewels that you will receive when you master yourself in this reality that you are living in right now. Some throat clearing, okay? So Saturn might seem harsh because it's far away and because you need to rely only in yourself to do your own work. Nobody can do your own work for you, okay? And lastly, I believe that Saturn seems harsh and hard through a misunderstanding or a misperception of how reality works in this realm. Okay? Because we as spirits create things or we attract things into our reality when we think and feel long enough about them. Okay? So, it's about routine and pattern, it's about Saturn. But along the way, spirits in this reality want things easy, want things fast, want things without work. But if you don't put your work, if you don't pay your energy, if you don't use your energy, you will not manifest nothing. You will not manifest. So many people don't do that. Because you don't need to do harsh things, you need to do things that feel harsh to you. And that's you expanding yourself. Okay, I have a video in my Patreon page that explains why growing and why expansion brings pain. Okay? Or brings a feeling of pain. Because pain doesn't exist. It's just how you are in that position. You can't withstand those newer spaces. So you must grow in order to fulfill that. That's another story, another video. Because Saturn, when you pass that thing of hardship and it's so painful, when you get comfortable with the Saturn energy, it's like, oh, it was like this all along. I thought it was way harsh. I thought it was supposed to be harsh all the way. But no, because Saturn is patient. When you try to rush things, it doesn't work out, right? So it is patience. It has levels. You can rest. You must rest. Okay? Saturn is exalted in Libra, in balancing, in resting. Okay? You must rest with Saturn. And one of the most beautiful things is while you are on your own hardship and you are in yourself feeling tired and you can do anything else and you see one seed growing. You see the fruit of your labor coming into fruition. Not yet fully grown, but you see them grow with you. And it's like, let's get it, let's do it even more. You know? I really don't know how to I wanted to explain it better and give it better examples, but it's like that. Once you are fully comfortable into doing Saturn energy, routine, pattern, discipline, sacrifice some lower desires, only trusting yourself, only believing in yourself, not believing anything outside of yourself, limiting yourself from things that feel good but that doesn't do good to you. All of these might feel harsh because you are attached to those things, because you created comfortability and security, you created South Node scenarios in those things. Because it's not Saturn that it's harsh, it's detaching from those things that it's harsh. So if you're really smart, you start to look at those things like demons, like they the harsh ones, like they the ones who trying to hurt you. And Saturn are the one who is like, hey bro, I know it's harsh, but it's the best for you. Believe me, I've experienced all of that. All of that. That's why Saturn is the biggest one. That's why everything is inside of Saturn. Because what others are learning, what Mars, Venus, Mercury, Sun and Jupiter and the Moon and Mercury are learning, Saturn already know. Okay? So when you detach from Mercury, when you detach from Venus, it feels hard. But it's not the Saturn is not the detaching that it's hard, it's those things trying to pull you back that feels hard. It's the comfort, it's the all of the sweet things that feel hard. Not you detaching, not you going into a better position, and it only feels hard if you don't recognize that you are going into a better position. Because if you recognize that you are going into a better position, if you recognize you are going into a better space, if you recognize you are going into a better land, you're just like, hey, shut your ass up. I'm going into a better position. And then those lower desires have no power over you. Because they only have the power that you give them. So if you give your power to a higher position, it will be a walk in the breeze. Okay? I'm not saying it will be easy to forget. Sometimes you must come back. Okay? Because on the other hand, if you forget all the good moments, if you forget your roots, if you forget where you come, not even Saturn can balance you. Not even Saturn can help you make sense because you are not doing the right thing. You're not balancing. Now you're being over-extremist. Now you're being over-working, over too much responsibilities. And Saturn is not about that as well. Okay? So yeah, Saturn is not hard, but it might seem like it. Okay? Because mainly people in this realm have forgotten how good it is to grow and expand. People have forgotten how good it is to sacrifice some lower desires in order to build something better. Not just because we must sacrifice. No. You have to have a goal. You have to have a higher conclusion, a higher purpose, a higher space that you want to go into. Because if you sacrifice your lower desires, but you keep yourself down there, sooner or later you will sacrifice yourself. Okay? And there is no need to do that. There is no reason behind that. There is no dream behind that. Okay? Because ironically, for you to do Saturn, what people think it's harsh and malevolous, you have to do Jupiter. You have to believe you have to have a dream. You have to have an imagination. Otherwise, you will end up dry, dead on the side of the road. Okay? Yeah, and Saturn is not evil. Saturn is not malevolent. Saturn is not hard. Okay? I've heard many people, many astrologers, Saturn is hard. You must do what it does. You must do shit. You do whatever you wanna do, but in the end of the day, your spirit will always remember you. Hey, there is something best to do. Hey, there is some organizing to do. Hey, there is some limits to build. Hey, there must be some better space that we can be in. I know it. I feel it. Your spirit will always remember you that. So it's not Saturn that it's like being harsh on you. No, it's you being harsh on yourself because you don't do Saturn. So Saturn is harsh when you don't do it. It's not even you must do the hard work. It's not even you must sacrifice. No. If you don't do that, you go into the night side of Saturn. You go into the depths of Capricorn. You know, instead of you shining and being the star like Aquarius, you be the devil like Capricorn. To yourself. Because now you didn't do your own work for so long that now you see yourself as a demon. Now you must create so many things to hide, to feel yourself lighter, that you just go even lower. Okay? And that's where Saturn, that's where Capricorns and Aquarius get their divine satisfaction. Because we always see something better. We always see that there is brighter, lighter space for us to go into, right? And that's Saturn. It's the ability to recognize a better reality. And that's only harsh and hard if you are attached to some lower desires that you don't want to let go. Because I really like to use that metaphor that Dolo uses as well. It's like Saturn is the hardest teacher in the class, in the test, but it's the teacher that gives you the best meal in the cafeteria, gives you the best field trips, is the one that lets you go to McDonald's on the field trips. You know, on some field trips you have that strict teacher that doesn't let you go and grab sushi, doesn't let you go to McDonald's. Saturn is not, no, Saturn is like, bro, if you do the work, I give you the world, okay? So, yes, it's harsh, or it feels harsh, only if you can't uphold yourself, only if you can't detach from lower animalistic natures. It's not harsh in nature. Saturn seems hard, because the Sun might trick you, the Venus might trick you, Mars might trick you, and they be like, oh no, you must do things in my way. And Saturn is just chilling outside of this system, looking down on others and be like, hey, you can come here, clean, soft, build up, stronger than a motherfucker, or you can stay down there. And that's harsh. When you have that better option and you don't do it. That's harsh. And that's you being harsh on yourself. It's not Saturn being hard on you. Doing the routine and pattern, doing the work is beneficial. It only feels hard because you might be killing and sacrificing some lower spirits. Check out my video, exercising, it's exorcising. Okay? Because when you do the work, physical, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, the spirits that are with you, that they can do the work, they will die. And they'll be like, that's your fault. They'll be like at you, like Saturn. Because you are giving them a best option, a better option, and be like, nah, I'm good. And you'll be like, oh yeah? So goodbye, bitch. And you'll be like, you're leaving me in the dark. You're running away with the gold. You're running away with the jewels. And you're like, no. I'm going to a better space. You stay down here on hell. That's your choice. And that's harsh. That's tough. You see what I'm saying? When you have... Because as a spirit in a body, you always see the best course. You... Not always, but... Once in a while, you on your travels, on your circling, on your dragon eating its own tail, once in a while, you will feel and see the best choice. And if you don't take that course, if you don't put yourself back on track, when you are having fun and enjoyment, you'll be like, what's the purpose to this shit? What I'm doing here? What's my purpose? While you have your own purpose, you have seen it somewhere and you don't remember or you don't agree, and it's like, that's harsh, that's tough. Not Saturn, you to yourself, okay? So, this is the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope I helped you. I got you into a lighter position, so now you can do Saturn and feel pleasurable, feel motivated, feel excited. It's like, yeah, let's do some laundry, let's do some workout, let's eat better, let's drink more water, let's clean my mind, let's dream big, let's see myself as the boss, let's see myself as someone who can connect with everybody and still be myself, because I don't connect with them, I connect with myself and I'm just talking to them, okay? Capricorn and Aquarius. Let's be responsible. Okay, I fucked up this time, but I know why. And I see a better way. Let's do it. Not, oh, it was your fault. It was his fault. It was his fault. No. It wasn't even my fault. It just happened because of this, because of that. And now that I know this, I can do better. Let's go. Let's do it. Work out. Spiritually, mentally, okay. If I don't let this motherfucker come into my house again, I will grow better. If I allow that motherfucker to know my plan, he can add on to my plan, to my dream, and we'll grow. Let's go. That's Saturn. That's the hard work. Just improving, just growing, okay? But it might seem harsh, because you have to detach, you have to exorcise all of these colors, all of these desires. But when you reach Saturn, those will all be shiny, clean, pure, smelling good, working for you, bringing rubies, bringing topaz, bringing citrines, bringing emeralds, bringing sapphires, and bringing amethysts. All to your great halls. Okay? So that's it. Saturn, it's not hard, but it might seem to. And those are the reasons why. The sun tricked us. You have to detach from lower desires. People have forgotten that's how we manifest things into reality. By routine and pattern, by doing the best for ourselves. It seems harsh because you have to realize all the sugar coating and all of the fake lights around you. And because Saturn is the most distant, and before you do Saturn, you have to do everything else. So it might seem a great work, it might seem a great load. You have to have spiritual responsibility. You have to see that you chose to be in that circumstance. You have to only trust yourself. You have to be able to be alone. So many reasons why Saturn seems harsh, but if you have done real work in your life and you have seen the fruits of your labor in your hand, and you be like, shit, I want to do more, and you know it. You know when you separate from something that was fucking you up and you end up in a better space, there is no best feeling. I guarantee you. EsotericCloudSurfer, surfing out. Shout out to Dolo the Pilot Man. Shout out to Daria. Check her page. Check my link tree in the description below. And follow your individuality. Maintain your sanity. Saturn is not hard, but it might seem to. Till the next time, EsotericCloudSurfer, surfing out. Have a nice one.